What's up guys, this is the Honest Outlaw, and today I just wanted to do a short little range video about the rifle that I'm going to use and why I use it, what's on it, and what I use it for. I get a lot of questions about this gun. This actually is one of my older guns. This was originally a BCM 16-inch, and it is still technically a BCM Bravo Company 16-inch AR-15. It has a lightweight fluted barrel with an Adams Arms gas block, and it's got an EFAB from Precision Armament on the front of it. Now, it's got the same upper receiver. As you can see, it's still got the BCM upper receiver, and it's got a BCM barrel. It's actually the second barrel. I think I replaced it after something like 7,000 or 10,000 rounds. I don't remember, but I've had this gun for a long time. As you can see, the upper receiver has a lot more wear on it than something like the rail does, for example, because the rail has gotten changed out. This is actually a V7's ultralight, 14.5 inch, something like that. I don't really remember how long the rail is. It's got Bravo Company rail panels on the side of it. It's got Magpul rail covers on the top of it, and it's got currently a Daniel Defense foregrip. The reason for that is because I'm going to be doing some light testing today on a light that you'll see upcoming on the channel, and I like the vertical foregrip so I can easily acquire the light. It's running an Aimpoint T2 on it, which is my all-time favorite optic. It is ScalarWorks lower 1/3 mount, which is my favorite mount for any red dot because it's super lightweight, it's bomb-proof, which I really like. The Daniel Defense mounts that I used to use were not QD, and as it turns out, they had a little spacer in here, which over time had some problems. I mounted this optic up last year. Tons of rounds through it, tons of wear. I beat the crap out of this gun, as you can see, and I do that for a reason. This is a test bed gun, and all of the, or at least a lot of the AR-15 accessories ride on this gun for a little bit, either on this or another gun, which I'll show you in the future. So this gun gets a ton of rounds, and it gets a ton of wear and a ton of abuse because it gets abused right alongside the optics and accessories and things like that, which I'm also testing, because if I'm doing an optics review, I have a tendency to drop them a little bit more than a normal person would, just to see if you're going to get your money's worth. Current thing that's riding on it right now is a Vortex Micro 3X magnifier, which I am going to be doing a review on real shortly that I got from Optics Planet, and that's another reason why this rifle is out here. It's riding in a QD mount also. The upper receiver's Bravo Company, but the bolt carrier group was actually changed out, not because Bravo Company makes a bad bolt carrier group by any means, but because I'm running the Cryptek Coatings low mass carrier, which I like a lot. Number one, I like that it has a super slick coating on it, so it's real easy to clean, and it stays slick for a really long time. And on top of that, it's got that low mass. So add the Adams Arms adjustable gas block with the low mass bolt carrier and the JP adjustable gas system in it, and you have an extremely light recoiling rifle. The EFAB does a good job, but if you want to run a rifle that has low recoil and lightweight, that's another thing you're going to get out of it, without having to run a muzzle brake, look at changing the gas block, bolt carrier group, and buffer tube system. Going all the way back here, it's got the Mission First Tactical stock on it. I like this stock a lot. A lot of people talk about how they get this back caught on a lot of stuff. That has never happened to me. Then again, I'm not in the jungles of Guam or anything like that. But for all intents and purposes, it's a home defense rifle, a plinking rifle, a 3-gun rifle, a tactical carbine class rifle. This is a really, really good choice, and it has been my overall favorite. I like some of the Fab Defense stuff. I like the Magpul stuff. I like the Bravo Company stuff. I like the B5 stock. I like it all, but if I had to pick, I'd pick this because I like how it welds into my shoulder. I also have a little Ranger band here for when I'm doing sling stuff. If I want to leave a sling on it, it's just easy to wrap that up. V7's buffer tube system, which is lightweight. I like that, but I don't like the V7's castle nut on here because it gets really, really sharp. And a lot of times when you're running the gun fast, you can actually catch your knuckle on that coming back. We have anti-walkout pins in it because I've actually had them walk out before. It is a little bit of a pain in the ass when you want to change the trigger if I'm testing a trigger or something, but it's worth it in my opinion. The lower receiver is a Balios Light 2A from 2A Armament. And it is my favorite lower receiver because it's extremely lightweight, about 5 ounces lighter than your standard rifle, and it comes with the included beveled magwell to help with those reloads a little bit, and it comes with the trigger guard, which you don't have to install. Big fan of that. That sucks, especially if you're going to do it a lot. The ambidextrous safety selector on there, because my wife is left-handed. All of my guns are designed for my wife to use them if she has to, so they're all gonna have some sort of left-handed safety on them. V7's magazine release, I like that a lot. It's got some texture on it and it just kind of looks cool. V7's lightweight door on there that's just flopping around now. V7's easy to pull pins, because I do a lot of upper receiver changes, so it's just easy to pull that out and pop it back. You don't have to worry about it. On the back here I have an extended bolt catch, bolt release, which I really like also. Not necessarily just for hitting the bolt, but if you want to show clear in a match or in a class or something like that, it's really easy to operate. So I like that a lot. All this stuff is designed around years of me testing stuff over and over again and figuring out how much is too much and how much is not enough. So first I used to run the bad levers all the time. I had one issue with the bad lever where I almost had a negligent discharge, and I looked at a lot of other people's videos and I was like, is it really worth it? Because don't get me wrong, bad levers are way faster. But for most of my applications, I still do have one on one of my rifles, but for most of my applications, better left without. I also had bad levers eventually kind of rattle loose and fall apart, and overall I found that this is a happy medium, just having an extended bolt latch. As far as the safety goes, you learn from doing, man. And a lot of times people will get, as you can see here, I have the large one on the right side, but the small one on the left side. And that's for being able to be used on the left side, but not having that safety slap your hand and stop right there. If you use a really big ambidextrous right-handed or right-sided safety, a lot of times it'll get stuck on your knuckle and you have to move your finger to get that gun off safety. And I don't like that. Again, just learn from doing. That might not be your thing. I might have bigger or smaller hands than you, and you might find something else. The Daniel Defense vertical foregrip that I have there, not my absolute favorite foregrip, but it's what I have. I don't like it because it's a little too long. So guess what? It got hit with the miter saw, and now I like it a little bit more, and I use it, and it's nice to have something on the rail to help pull back into your shoulder to mitigate some of that recoil. Not everybody likes that, but I do like it a little bit. As far as backup sights go, traditionally I'm running Magpul Pros on here, but I did have to take the rear off to run the magnifier. That's fine with me. I literally never use them anything else other than testing or helping me zero red dots, but it's nice to have on there if you want. And the Magpul Pros are some of the best. They're not the best, but they're pretty good. Overall, the Aimpoint T2 is super bomb proof. If you're worried about running no iron sights and running a magnifier, if you're running an optic like the T2, you're gonna be just fine. Geissele G2 trigger in here. One of the reasons why I like the Geissele trigger so much is because you gain a good trigger pull, but you don't lose anything. They're absolutely bomb proof. They're used by SOCOM, and you're not gonna have any reliability issues by decreasing the trigger weight, so I really like that. It is a two-stage. I like a little bit of take up with my rifle, and then I can pull, and it doesn't affect the reset at all. It just has a little bit extra take up, which I like, especially under stressful situations like a hunting situation or a home defense situation. Oh. And also, I run the Magpul grip. And what do I have in there? I have a little oiler in there, which I can't get open right now because my fingers are cold. But there's a little bottle of oil in there that if I'm in a class or I'm out here and I'm starting having any kind of reliability problems at all, AR-15s don't necessarily need to be cleaned a lot, but they do like lube. So you can pop a couple of drops on the bolt carrier and pop a couple of drops inside the mag well there, run it a little bit. I even put one on the top of the charging handle, and I'm good to go again. So it's kind of all included, and if I had to have something else other than an oil bottle in there, I would probably have a battery for my flashlight. People put like dead man's rounds in there. I've never seen a need for those. And on top of that, it is coated in a, I think Brownell's Alumahide 2, which works pretty well, but not forever. So I just wanted to give you a little preview of this rifle. You're gonna see it in lots more videos. You've probably seen it in videos before. People keep asking me questions about it, and this is what it is. It's just an accumulation of some of my favorite parts over years of practice, training, and just picking up different stuff and seeing how I like it. It's a really good blend. A 16 inch is a great gun because then I don't have to have it pinned and I can use whatever flash hiders I want for review, like the EFAB's on there right now, and it may stay, who knows. I really like it. It's one of my overall favorites, but if I get another one for review, I'll probably throw it on there as well. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions about the gun, feel free to hit me in the comment section below. I try to hit the comment section at least for the first 24 hours the video is out. Also, if you want to see some Patreon exclusive content or want to get some questions answered, there's a link for my Patreon in the description below and a link to a local homeless shelter. I'd really appreciate it if you went down there and helped those kids out. Rough times out there right now, and they could use all the help they can get. Check you later.
Jesus. It looks pretty cool.
Look cool?
Yeah. Sweet.
I didn't load it. That makes you feel like a dipshit.